We bout to hit this Q&A. We bout to hit this Q&A. Drop that thing to the nay. Make that thing swing this way. So today is a Q&A video, guys. So you all asked me for this video, and this is what you get. A lot of the questions are like business related questions. Some of them are like personal. Someone asked me a question about YouTube, so I try to like put it in there, but I don't remember the actual question. I screenshotted it, but I can't find it. So if you asked a question about YouTube, I kind of answered. Alright, so I hope y'all enjoy this video and stay tuned.
My wrist out and got used to this. Chopper kind of bitches, I got all kind of flags. Selling dope all my life, I can't do minimum wage. Daddy, money, I got used.
Okay, so the first question is from Slay K on IG. Her name is K. I know who she is. She always on my live. So hey girl. So she said, how did you get into makeup? Okay, so makeup is one of those things that I kind of like just fell into, kind of. That's why a lot of times I say with your purpose or whatever you're supposed to be doing, it'll kind of fall in your lap. I was not like a girly girl. You know how some girls are like, when I was little, I was into makeup. I used to always put makeup on my face. I was never a girly girl. When I was younger, I didn't even like to carry a purse. Then I eventually started to carry purses and stuff like that. I didn't really start getting into makeup until like I was in Georgia. I would literally like not put anything on. I think I would put eyeliner on when I was back home, and I would do like the gold and the tear ducts. And that's it. Like, I think that shit is absurd now, but that's what I used to do. And then when I came here, I would just put on like eyeliner and mascara, and then I graduated to trying to put highlight on. But I have good, like, I don't have good skin, but my skin didn't have any breakouts or anything. I don't have bad skin either, but my skin was like so clear. I was like, I don't need foundation, and I would just put on highlighter underneath, like a light concealer, and then liner and mascara, and then that evolved into me doing the whole face. So that's kind of how I got into makeup. It kind of just fell in my lap. I started to evolve in it. I wanted to know more about it. I wanted to find out how to beat my face, and I practiced and I practiced and I practiced, and yeah, that's what it got me. The next question she asked was, why do you think this generation of men is so all over the place? Cheating, broke, and stupid. Not all of them, but majority. I'm not gonna say the entire generation is like so messed up. I feel like men, no matter what generation, may be messed up, and I think it's because they weren't taught how to be men, and they don't know how to be men. And us as women, we accept stupid shit from them. So if a guy never had to do something for someone else, they're gonna come to you the same way. You get what I'm saying? I also feel like a lot of people need to find God and need to like build a relationship with God to change their ways. When it comes to cheating, what did you say? You said cheating, broke, and stupid. So being broke, I mean, that's really about your ambition and you not wanting to be broke anymore. Cheating, a lot of people just need to come in tune with themselves and be happy with one person. I never understood the whole cheating thing, but I guess the men are perverted, and men, I mean, women can be perverted as well, and you just want to come and you just want to have sex with everybody. It's a problem, and you need to take that problem to God so He can heal you from that and take that away out of your heart and daily feed yourself with God, you know. It goes for men as well, but men don't do that, or men have never been taught about God or been taught about church, or they just have not been taught how to be a man, or they had a bad example of what a man was. They granddaddy cheated, or their daddy cheated, or you know, they uncle didn't do shit, or they, you know, you never really know. So really, when it comes down to talking to somebody or getting to know somebody, you really just got to see where their mind is at and see if they're willing to change, and be that willing, that praying person for them that they do change, because the person doesn't change unless God actually changes them, or unless they want to, you know. All right, the next question is from Monk on YouTube. What keeps you motivated to go after what you want? I am a procrastinator in every sense of the word. I don't stick with nothing for any long period of time. Weight loss, going to school, maintaining a healthy hair care regimen. Okay, so first things first, I used to have a problem with this as well, and it trickles down from my family. So people in my family do this. They don't stick anything out. They start, they don't finish. They start, they don't finish. They start, they don't finish. It takes for you to be able, I'm glad that you were able to identify and say to yourself, you know, I have a problem with this. I have a problem with procrastination and not seeing anything through. Procrastination and seeing things through are both in the same. Procrastination is like you have a sense of entitlement, as though tomorrow is promised and tomorrow is not promised. and then you don't see things through because you think tomorrow, like, oh, tomorrow is gonna be, I can do it tomorrow, or I can do it the day before, I can do it this and that. You really have to cut out any excuses. When it comes to procrastination, make yourself do things in a faster timing. Like, okay, I know this is due on Monday, but I'm gonna do it a week before. And it's not gonna like you're gonna be able to do it the first time, because it's kind of hard to do. You need to just practice that. Keep practicing, keep practicing. If you genuinely give yourself a chance to practice, you will get better at it. So procrastination, because I procrastinate when I was like in school and stuff, but when it comes to that, as I've got older, I don't really do that anymore. It just really depends on what it is, and if I have time to do it. So if you want to be done with procrastination, you need to like really give yourself no other option, or tell yourself, this is due today, or this is due tomorrow, and I need to do it today, and then do it. And that's really it. You keep on practicing, and if you mess up, it's totally fine. You know, we are human, and you've been in the habit of procrastinating for a long time. Okay, so you asked me that. The original question was, what keeps you motivated to go after what you want? I have given myself no other option in this life. So it's like you have to make the decision that you want to change where you are. If you're not happy where you are, you're not happy how you are, that doesn't mean like you're not happy, like, oh, I'm not happy with where I'm in life. If you're not happy with what you're doing, like you said, procrastinate and not seeing things through, then you have to make a conscious decision to change those things. No one can change them but you have to make the conscious effort, and you have to take the steps to be better. I have given myself no other option just in life. I know that I cannot be, and I'm doing better, I'm doing good, but I know I cannot be where I was last year this time, or this year, next year. You know what I'm saying? So I know that I have to put the work in, I have to do what I need to do to get to where I want to go. So what I would say is motivation comes from within. You being motivated to do the thing that you want to do. If it's something that you love and you say that you want it, you have to put the work in. I also believe in the universe reciprocating what you give out. So if I'm bullshitting, for instance, my YouTube channel. If I'm bullshitting my YouTube channel and I'm not really doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm kind of doing, the universe will get that back to me. Although you may think no one is looking, it's like you're saying to the universe, I don't really want this. You know, that's just like you saying, oh, you do hair, but you haven't gotten any better at doing hair. I did a whole like Makeup Monday video on that, so you need to check it out. You haven't gotten any better. I think it's called Why Haven't You Gotten Any Better? And it's basically about you haven't gotten any better because you don't want to, but what do you think that tells the universe when you don't want to get better at whatever you say your craft is, or you're not motivated? Motivation can only go so much. Like, I can sit here and motivate you, or you can watch something that motivates you, but it takes the work from within, and you have to put the work in yourself to get to where you want to go. Write down your goals, write down the steps to get there, and work every damn day to get there. And that may be hard for some people, but if you take a step to do it and really do it and really believe that you can, then you will be able to do it. Next question is, when you going to do another meet and greet? From Rebecca. Girl, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do another meet and greet for a while. I did, well, it wasn't really like a meet and greet. I just like invited y'all out to eat to that little donating event. Only one person came. I went to go see Whitney. So she brought like 2 people with her, so that was cool. I think I have a big enough following to be doing a meet and greet. That's just what that is, okay? Alright, the next thing is, my question is about, okay, this is from Nikki Lachey. So my question is about moving to a new state. I plan to move to North Carolina from Michigan next year, but I'm terrified. How did you work up the courage to move to Georgia? What do you do when you get homesick? Okay, so I moved to Georgia. It's crazy how things just work out. So I was back home. Something had happened. Like, me and this guy had got carjacked, and he stopped talking to me. And he thought I had something to do with it, or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, okay. So once that happened, my sister had already been pressuring me, like, Alexis, go to Georgia. You need to come to Georgia. It's so amazing, so amazing. Which my sister doesn't even do anything here, so I don't even know how she thinks it's so amazing. But okay. So she was like, it's so amazing, you need to come. So I was like, oh, I don't really want to come. And you know how when you talking to somebody at home, you don't really want to go nowhere. Like, I'm not, if I was still talking to him, I probably wouldn't have been down here. But okay, that happened where we got carjacked. And then he was like, stop talking. He stopped talking to me. So I went and I was like, okay, I'm about to pack my stuff up and I'm leaving. Like, I'm about to go home. No, I'm not about to go home. What the hell am I talking about? I'm about to go to Georgia. Like, I'm gonna go and see what it's like. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I literally didn't have any money. I was literally driving my car down here. Like, my car was raggedy as hell. I got the air fixed in it because the air was not fixed, and I drove down here and I came. And I feel like it was one of the biggest like milestones in my life. It has changed me a lot. I've been in Georgia for 4 years. I have grown a lot. It's a lot of things that I've learned. It's a lot of things that I've learned about myself that I wouldn't have learned being back home. So it kind of catapulted, like the whole situation with the guy kind of catapulted me to go ahead and leave. I think we started back talking right before I was about to leave, and he was like, are you leaving? You going to Georgia for real? I'm like, yes. So I ended up coming to Georgia, and I feel like it was the best decision, but I feel like it was written in God's plan. So that's how I got to Georgia. I was a little scared, but I always told myself, if I don't like it, I can always go back home. You always have that option. Like, if you don't like something, you can always go back home. So you said, what do you do when you get homesick? Girl, the first year and a half I was so homesick. I was like, why the hell did I bring my ass down here? Why did I come down here? What would make me do this? Why would I do this? And you just really have to stick it out. If you have to fly home just to like, oh, just go home, but you may not even have money for that, because I was broke as hell. I didn't have money to be going back and forth. You'll eventually be able to though. But it was like a year, and I was just like, I just want to go back home. I just want to go back home. And then my mom ended up moving down here. I think if my mama wouldn't have moved down here, I probably would have went back home, maybe. But I don't know. But yeah, you just really have to just stick it out. I say any place that you move to, you need to give it at least a year and a half before you decide if you like it or not. Because I feel like sometimes I'll talk to people and they be like, oh, I went somewhere for 3 months, I didn't like it. Like, you got to give it time, because you're leaving something that you know. And when you leave places that you know, it causes you to, like, of course you're not gonna like wherever you go next, because you're out of your comfort zone. And nothing can be birthed out of being in your comfort zone. It has to be birthed out of being outside of your comfort zone. It's crazy because I'm not comfortable right now. I haven't been comfortable for the whole time that I've been here, and it's like really, really bad right now. So not really bad in my life or nothing, but I'm just not comfortable. I'm not in a comfort zone. I don't have a comfort about Georgia, you know what I'm saying? But nothing bursts out of comfort. That is simply what it is. So you got to keep telling yourself that. Keep in mind what's the reason that you're moving, what are your goals, but don't hold so tight to them goals if you don't hit them, because I planned so much when I moved to Georgia, and God had other plans, and God did what he wanted to do, and whatever you're supposed to go through is what you're gonna go through, and that's simply what it is. Good luck, girl, with moving. Let me know when you move. I think you'll like North Carolina. I know somebody that moved there and they really, really like it. I think they live in Charlotte. Is that North Carolina? I think so. All right, next question. From DJ Shiana. Shiana, hey girl. So she said, hey Lex, here are some questions for you. How did you start your lash business? If you don't mind me asking, what are all the businesses you have? What editing tips do you have? How do you market your businesses and get your following up? Okay. So first question is, how did I start my lash business? So when I started my lash business, I don't know why people think really I'm an expert at this, because I'm really not an expert. It's just really you doing what you're supposed to do. Like, you say you want to do something, so you implement it. I started my lash business by, I don't know, I think I'll go more into depth about just business in general, because it's the same for any business. Someone else asked a business related question, so I'll go into depth about that with the business related question. But literally I thought of the idea, it came to me, my niece was like, you should start selling lashes. I absolutely love lashes. I wanted to sell something that would be dear to me and that was like really something that I really wanted to sell, and lashes were that thing. I know cosmetics, like cosmetics just in general is that thing for me. So my necklaces, I don't know what the heck is going on. Cosmetics is that thing for me just in general, so I decided to sell lashes as a beginner, and that's how I started. But I'll go more into depth about business in a minute, because someone asked a question about they don't know where to start, and I'll just explain. Alright, the next question is, if you don't mind me asking, what are all the businesses you have? So I sell It Works, that's the first thing. So I get money off selling It Works. And then I'm a YouTuber, so I have income coming in from that. I work for YouTube. Well, I'm like an independent contractor of YouTube. I have Lash Lord, which is my business, and I'm Keisha's assistant, which is my 4th stream of income. So I have 4 streams of income. What editing tips do you have? So, editing tips, I don't know what editing tips that you want to know about. I use iMovie for all of my editing, and I just switch it up to make it look really, really different. When it comes to editing, you really just have to take your time and find your style. Don't copy anyone else's style. Editing is pretty easy, but it can be kind of it's easy, but it's also tedious as well, especially when you get into longer videos. So really take your time. When I edit, I first edit pieces out that I want to cut out. I watch it again and I cut out pieces again to make it shorter if I can, if I didn't want to say a certain thing, and then I watch it to see how it flows. And then I add my Snapchat filter thing, I add my Instagram handle, I add my intro, and then I'll upload it to YouTube, and that's how that goes. The next thing is, how did you market your business and get your following up? So with marketing, I am still learning about marketing myself. I did take a marketing class probably like last year sometime, so I do have a marketing book, so I just try to read the book on things that I do not know. I'm not really consistent with posting on my social media for lash lure. I really am trying to get there, but girl, it's just kind of a lot. So when it just comes to that, you just have to kind of make a schedule for posting. If you have to put your posts, like, you know how you can save them as a draft, you can save your posts as a draft on Instagram and just have them ready for the entire week. Also, get my following up. Okay, I don't know if you mean my following on YouTube or Instagram, but yeah. So I'll assume that you're talking about Instagram, maybe. I assume you're talking about YouTube, but someone else asked that question, so I will answer it shortly. Okay. All right. Next question, LaShonda, how to get a vendor to start your own business? I don't know what type of business that you're interested in starting, so you have to let me know that. But when it comes to a vendor, you can use the web to look for anything that you want to look for. You can literally just go online and you can request samples from those vendors. So you can just go online and type in hair vendors, best hair vendors in my city, hair vendors over wherever, hair vendors in India, hair vendors in blah blah blah. And then you can request samples from them, and you can check out the hair or check out the lashes or check whatever. So that's kind of how it goes. And look at their prices. They normally have like catalogs. Advice on self-care and budgeting. Now I feel like with budgeting, I can give like I'll give like 2 tips for each one, because I'll be here all day if I get to talk about budgeting. But self-care, I feel like self-care is just anything that just makes you happy. That could be you going to get an ice cream cone. That could be you sitting in your room just listening to your music with your eyes closed or drinking wine. I think it's really important to have self-care and to really know what helps you to calm down, because this world is like all over the place and our minds are all over the place and things happen to us, and you want to have that happy place that you can have. So when it comes to self-care, I always try to do the things that I really want to do. Like, I love rolled up ice cream right now, and I go get it. It's my guilty pleasure. The other day I ate like a hot dog from Racetrack because it's nostalgic for me. And for me, self-care is finding those things that are nostalgic or that remind me of certain things. Like sometimes I like to eat things that I ate with my dad. Yeah, that's just what I like to do for self-care. I also love to get my nails done, girl, and my feet done, and my hair done. I feel like that is a part of self-care, because when my hair is done, I feel pretty, and when my nails are done, I feel pretty. So yeah, that's what I like to do. The next thing is, what you say, budgeting tips. So when it comes to budgeting, I am really good at saving my money. Not so much, I guess that is a form of budgeting, but I spend a lot of money on eating out as well. The one thing I can suggest is take a percentage of your paycheck and have it go into an online savings account. If you watch my vlogs, you know that I think about all my purchases. From me putting my money into an online savings account before, this is like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it caused me to have that habit. So anything that I purchase, I have to think about it first. So I'm not just going to purchase off rip. It just depends on how fast I need it. Now, if I just go into the store and see something I like, I'll be like, okay, I might get it then. But 9 times out of 10, I want to think about that purchase, because when the money is in the online account, it takes three business days to get into your regular account for you to be able to purchase that item. So it caused me to be in having the mindset like, I need to think about this purchase. If I think about it tomorrow, then I really do want it and I'll get it. And that's just how I am. So I suggest allocating, I do 20% of your income, 20% of your check to your savings account. Let it go straight into a savings account online, and then yeah, you deal with the rest. And don't worry about the 20%, because you'll eventually get used to not having that money. So yeah, that's my suggestion. That's my tip. I've been doing that for a while. And it's crazy because I didn't used to save really well, and I learned how to save when I was down here in Georgia, because I was making so much money when I was working at State Farm. and I saved all this money, and I was able to take like 2 months off of work because I had all this money saved. I could pay my rent my rent. I could pay my car note. I could pay like all type of stuff out of this money, and it was just amazing to me. Like, cause you never know what could happen, so you always want to have something saved. But you'll be surprised at how many people don't save, girl. It's like a crazy amount. Hello. Okay, Miss J. Hey, girl. So you said, hello, I wanted to know, when starting a small business, do you need a license? And if so, where can you get one? I'm in the process of starting my business and I'm stuck. So you get your business license from the Secretary of State. You may call it the DMV there. We call it the Secretary of State, or we call it the DMV in Georgia. It's called the Secretary of State in Detroit. So whatever you go to get like your license and stuff, go to their website, like type in Secretary of State of North Carolina, wherever you live, and then it'll come up and you'll look for business license, and then it'll give you the steps to apply for a business license. It's normally a fee involved. It's not like a huge fee, but then the business will be licensed in that state. That was an easy question. I'm so nervous doing this video. I don't even know why. It's very weird. Like, I've been nervous all day about doing it. Okay, so this one from Instagram. This is my first question from Instagram, I think, or maybe my second. Okay, this from Slim Thuggin. Slim Thuggin, Slim Thuggin, Slim Thuggin. Okay, hi Lex Low. I have a question. I want to start my own company, but I don't know where to start. Where did you start? How did you get it up and running? Okay, so this is for the person also that asked me about the lashes, like starting a lash company. Okay, so first things first, you have to think about what kind of company that you want to start. What do you want to start? I think I wrote on little notes. Okay, what kind of company do you want to start? And then you have to think of a name for that company. Why are you starting this company? What is your reason? Are you passionate about this? Do you want to help people? What kind of business is it? We all have a reason as to why we do what we do. I created Lash Lure because I feel like diversity was missing in makeup just in itself, and you being yourself is beautiful in itself. That's why I created Lash Lure. So whether you wear short lashes, natural lashes, no lashes, makeup is so different, and it's so different for everybody. So I have my purpose as to why I created my company. So you have to decide why you want to create whatever company you're creating. You also have to get a domain name. So when you think of a name for your company, which it took me a while to think of a name because it just had to come to me, you choose a domain name. Make sure that domain name isn't taken. You can go online and check and make sure the name isn't taken. If the name isn't taken, you can go on GoDaddy.com and buy the domain name. Check Instagram as well, because it is kind of hard once the Instagram name is taken. So if it's not taken on Instagram, you need to snatch that up first, girl, before you even get the domain name. That's why I had to do mine lashlure.co, because somebody had Lash Lure, but it's not even a person using it. That's my thing. But anyway, so you have to just look across all sites that you want to use, even Facebook. And then if the name is free and you're like, okay, I can live without it being like this full name on Instagram and I can think of a way, then you need to buy the domain name after that. After you buy the domain name, you need to get your business license. So you get your business license, like I said, the Secretary of State. Then you go into making your website. I was using Squarespace for my website initially, but it didn't calculate taxes for me. I had to calculate them myself, so I moved over to Shopify. So, and then I created my website myself. If you have money for somebody else to create it, you may want to let them, because it is very tedious, and if you're indecisive like me, it will take you a long time. And then I bought my products. I found a vendor that I absolutely loved. I sampled the lashes from them. I bought my products. I decided what lashes I wanted to start off with. I named them, and then I started my business July 8th of last year. So it's about to be almost a year since I had my business. Almost. So yeah, so that's how I got started. Whatever idea that you have in your head, just have faith in yourself and know that you can do it. If it keeps coming to you to do it, whatever it may be, you can do it. Just do it, implement it. It's so easy. It's not, starting is the easy part, and continuing and having momentum and learning marketing and learning this and learning that, that's the hard part. But starting is not that bad. I got a lot of questions about business and starting, and it's just like, you're inside your own head. Just do it, please. We don't need all that extra. Right, the next question is Adriana Eileen. What website do you use to make your intro for your channel using copyright music? I've been trying to make a lot of intro, but I use iMovie. I noticed it doesn't allow me to use copyrighted music. Okay, so if you're using iMovie, I didn't understand if you were using iMovie on the phone or if you use an iMovie on the computer. But either way, you go to this website called YouTube to MP3. So type in on your Google browser, YouTube to MP3 converter. What you'll do is you'll take a YouTube video. So say I'm looking for we're just gonna say Freaknik by Michael Jackson. There ain't no song by Michael Jackson, but that's what we're using. Freaknik by Michael Jackson. So I'll type that in on YouTube. The video will come up. I'll take that URL and post it into the YouTube to MP3 converter. And then you'll put it in, and then it'll convert it'll convert that clip, the video, to an actual, like, just a clip that you can listen to. And then from there, it'll be in your iTunes library, and then you can use it in your intro. But you're going to use like a certain amount of it. I think it's like 19 seconds, not anything too long, or you will have copyright in your video. But YouTube is doing something now where they let you have copyright in your video, but you have to share some of your earnings with the person that owns the music. That's how I go. Because in my vlog video, when I was singing Mrs. Officer, that song, I had to share my revenue with Mrs. Officer because I didn't have the video to re-upload. So yeah, that's how it goes. All right, next question is, okay, once in a lifetime, 86. How did you start your lash business? So I already just said how I started it. I just literally thought of the idea. I think it's really, really important to sell things that you like, because if you like it, then you're willing to withstand stuff. When you're willing to withstand things when it comes to you, like when something goes wrong, you're willing to withstand. If you don't really like your product, you just kind of like whatever. If you don't like your product, you don't care about customer service. If you don't like your product, you just don't care in general. So you want to find something that you really care about. So I cared about lashes. I love lashes. Lashes are bomb as hell. I have on the Alexis lash right now, and yeah, I just went with it. How did you move past the initial fear? I think we all have when investing in yourself and your brand. So some of this stuff is kind of redundant. I literally was like, okay, Alexis, I know the type of person that I am, and I cannot work for anyone. That's just not something that I can do. So since I know that I'm that type of person, then I have to find a way to make income and to be able to withstand and sustain my life. You know, I don't always want to be Keisha's assistant. I want to have my own business. I want to have a successful business, and I know with the way that I am, that's the route for me to go, and that's just how I was built. I've always been made that way. I'm not supposed to work a 9 to 5, and because of that, I know that God has instilled something in me to help me to be able to fulfill whatever goal I may have. And let me see your question again. And you know, I still get scared, or at times I've invested money into my lash business, and I save my money to invest some more. But you have to invest in yourself to show that you believe in yourself. If you don't want to invest in yourself, why would anybody else would? Or if you don't want to invest in yourself, what does that tell the universe? So you really have to be like in tune with yourself. And although I still get scared, although it looks like, okay, I have a business, Lex has a business, and you know, she has orders and da. I still get scared of myself and I'm still learning along the way. But you can't be afraid to mess up. If you buy inventory and no one buys it, or like you will get like a little bit of sales, it's okay. Or if you know, you find out, I don't really want to sell this, and you find something else, it's okay. It's like a trial and error thing. Every business is so different, and everything is so different. The first step is really getting outside of your head. You cannot let your thoughts or your beliefs limit your thinking. You really have to get outside of yourself and not say, what if this don't work? Ask yourself, what if this works? What if I start Lash Lord and this works? What if I start Lash Lord and it goes crazy? Or what if I do this and it works? You get what I'm saying? So it's really about your mindset and getting outside of your own head. Have you spoke to the man you were in love with since you made the other woman video, or was the disrespect and lack of empathy that caused you to stop speaking enough closure for you? So I have spoken to him. I don't know. I don't really feel as though I have closure in the situation, just in general. It's just kind of like my heart is still broken over it. It is, and it shows in some things as well. because it wasn't nothing like, oh, he just started talking to somebody. It was a big situation, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think that he will ever understand how I feel or have empathy for me towards that. So I have to have empathy for myself, and I just have to learn to work through those issues that I'm having when it comes to that. But I have talked to him. I haven't expressed like, you know, that really hurt me or anything like that, because when I did try to express that to him, he was still kind of like saying like blowing me off, kind of like, you still on that, you still talking about it, da 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 da. Because you have to realize that it's kind of a miscommunication, because it's like, to me it was something so big, but to him it wasn't, you know, like, so if to him it wasn't a big deal, but to me it like broke my heart, and my heart is still broken from that. Okay, y'all, so I feel like I have one more question. I was editing and I was like, I'm pretty sure someone asked me this question. Okay, so the question was, it has something to do with YouTube. I know someone asked me, I don't know who it was, but I don't want you to think I missed your question, but I can't find it in my like phone. But you asked me something about like growing your YouTube, or starting YouTube and growing it, or something like that, which I think I'm going to do a video dedicated just to YouTube in itself. But some tips for growing your YouTube. I know a lot of people say this already, but it's to be consistent. So you have to be consistent. You have to post content consistently. And that doesn't mean I post content every day. That if you post content every Monday at 12 o'clock, you need to post content every Monday at 12 o'clock faithfully. You don't have to like post every single day or nothing like that. It's nothing to the extremes. But whoever is watching you, no matter if you have 10 subscribers, 15, 20, 30, they want to be able to see that you're consistent. And every Monday, they're going to put a video up and I'm going to watch, okay? The next thing is, find people to collaborate with. So you want to find people that are like around the same amount of subscribers that you have, or you can reach out to the people that have more. Sometimes people are willing to collab with you even if you have a smaller following, but you have good content. Yeah, so if you feel like your personality matches another person, ask them, and they in the same state as you, ask them, can y'all do a video together? You see, I collab with B. Marie, I collab with Unique, I collab with Reed. And I have friends that do YouTube as well, so I've been on their channel. So it all helps when it comes to your channel, because it gets you more exposure and gets you out there for people to be able to find your channel. Just like this goes into the same thing, promoting yourself. Promote. People can't find out about you. So when you collab, it's like, okay, I collab with B. Marie. A lot of people came over to my channel from the B. Marie collab. Like, oh, I found you from B. Marie. Yeah, you know, I really like the way you do makeup, and I started watching your vlogs. So it does help. Like, the people that are going to stick are going to stick. The people that aren't, they just aren't. They may not like you. That's just simply what it is. But you have to get yourself exposure so people can see you like, oh, she is funny, or I love her makeup, I love her fashion looks, oh my God. Or always make sure you're putting out the best quality content that you can put out, because I could watch your channel, anybody could watch your channel, and I may want to tell somebody. Like I told y'all today about the Notorious KIA. Or I watch certain people's channels that may not be that big, you know? So you need to make sure you're putting out your best work that you possibly can, because you never know when somebody might click. Y'all add me on Instagram, I click your videos, I sure do. I may not say I'm watching them, but I am. The next thing would have to be, what was I about to say? Promote yourself. If you see somebody, if you vlog, especially if you vlog and people are like out and you're vlogging out, people will ask you like, what's the name of your channel? Promote yourself. You may need to get you some little cards made, like, oh, this is it. If you want to say it verbally, you can do that as well. And you need to tell people that you have a channel. Don't be so ashamed like, oh, I do have a channel. I mean, you may not want to tell people at work, because that's how I am. But yeah, I know people that's not like that, but I am, because I'll be cussing everything on my channel. So when I did work at a like 9-to-5 job, I didn't tell them, but I would tell people on my Instagram, my family, but at first you have to get comfortable with telling people. But promote yourself shamelessly. Like, you have to promote yourself. The same thing is, these core values tie into your business as well, because you have to promote your business shamelessly. I have to walk up to people and get them cards. Oh, I see you wearing lashes. Here you go. I sell lashes. You know, so you have to just promote yourself and really believe in yourself. And if it's something that you really want, it will come in due time. But you have to put the work in order to get there. So I just wanted to sum that little question up. I don't remember the other parts of the question. So if it's you that asked the question, please send me an Instagram, and I will like follow up with this just in general. On the next Q&A video. Alright guys, so this is the end of the Q&A video. I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you have any questions, send them to me on Instagram. It's the easiest way for me to like file them and keep them in my little Q&A section. And if I forgot your question or if I missed it, send it to me again, because I don't know, girl. I was like just scrolling and I'm like, do I have all the questions? I feel like somebody asked me something else, but I don't remember. So if you know I didn't answer your question here, send it to me on Instagram again and I will screenshot it and I will save it, okay? So I love you all so much. Thumbs up this video. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications, share my channel with a friend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.